Have you ever thought that how people lived in the past? What was their food habit? What types of clothes they used to wear? Their houses were made of which material? Where do their children go to study? We can find the answer of all these by the study of history. History is the branch of social study that helps us to study about the past. When we will look closely at the word history, it contains another word, story. Therefore, history is the story of people who lived in earlier times. The story of the past, the history. History is the story of the past. It is made up of the events that occurred in the previous or ancient era. History helps us to know about the life of the people in the past, how the way of living changed from the past to the present. The study of the past is important because it helps us to understand the present. Since history is a continuous story or series of events, the present is difficult to understand in the absence of past, as we have to first understand the numbers before going for any addition or subtraction. The India in which we are living was not as same in the ancient era. There were various events in the past that gradually changed the way of living and other habits of the people. We can divide our history of India into three main areas: Ancient India, Medieval India, and Modern India. Ancient India. Ancient India has a long-lived civilization and culture. It covered several countries, including our present India and neighboring countries like Pakistan and Bangladesh. The civilization of ancient India is known by many names, such as Indus Valley and Harappan Valley civilization. It began around 3000 BCE. The houses made during this period were built of mud, brick, and kin-fired. The most famous sites of this period were the great cities of Mohenjo-Daro and Harappan culture. The people of Harappan civilization worshipped many gods and goddesses. Medieval India. Medieval India dates back to the post-classical era. This is an important period in the history of India due to the development of art and culture. The establishment of Sultanate Empire started the beginning of the medieval India. The administration was divided into central region. There were various kingdoms and their rulers. There was no proper way of justice. Taxation was more in comparison to the ancient India. There was decline in trade that resulted in the growth of the town. But still it prospered due to trading with the West Asia and the Southeast Asia. The main empires during medieval India were the Rajput Kingdom, the Chola Empire, the Mughal Empire, and the Great Marathas. Modern India. Modern India consists of the entry of British in India, East India Company, and India's freedom struggle. The European trading agencies came to India in the late 16th and 17th centuries. Vasco da Gama came to Calicut, India. This started the beginning of European era in Indian history. The British ruled the India for a period of 2 centuries. They also brought revolutionary changes in the social, political, and economic life. In 1595, the Dutch came to India and formed Dutch East India Company. They started few trade exports and imports at Surat, Ahmedabad and Cambay. The onset of East India Company led to the decline of the Mughal Empire. Mahatma Gandhi and other freedom fighters to make India independent started the freedom movement of India. He was the most popular leader who started Satyagraha movement, which led to India's freedom.